Hello all. Alright, a lot going on around the world. The US saw one of its worst presidents die. So, good things come if you just wait long enough. So, what I wanted to talk to you about, and by the way, there will be a small Ray update towards the end. What I wanted to talk to you today about was a new global movement being called for by, yes, the Sanders Institute. Here's the information here. The reason they're saying this movement is needed is to counter the right movement around the globe. The right wing are becoming very popular around the globe, and this could only lead to the most horrendous situations that we saw just a little bit of in World War II. If this movement becomes global, that's beyond nightmarish. They say that they're also here for the environment and the workers. Well, one thing I think that you should put on the agenda, if you're a true progressive, you'll have universal health care. Universal health care. Worldwide. It can only help those that don't get any medical care to get some medical care. Also, you need a worldwide peace movement. In other words, you need a peace department in every single country and phase out the War Department. This is the Sanders Institute doing this. The reason this is important to get a progressive movement going around the planet right now is because look at what the CO2 counts, the carbon counts around the world are doing. They're skyrocketing, as they have been ever since I started this blog. We have watched day after day after day of higher and higher readings. Today, no different. November 29th, 2018 saw 408.33 parts per million. That's a huge increase. And the increase is slowly gaining ground, faster and faster. There must be a push to reduce or completely eliminate fossil fuels, which I know is a pipe dream, but at least you could reduce them, couldn't you, a little bit? So unfortunately, we saw the president, quote, quote, of the United States, the Orange Man, tell us that he does not believe in his own national climate assessment, where so many scientists and so many professionals got together and made up this assessment, and the Orange Man just puts it down like it's just some old piece of junk. Hard to believe that somebody could be so stupid and still be in the position he's in. What does that tell you about the country that he's in? Another problem is that we're overpopulated like you can't believe. Let's go over and look at the population here. And another problem is that we're going to run out of fresh water really soon. Let me show you this map. Now, it's obvious that we're reducing our groundwater tremendously, and we're pumping every kind of stuff that we don't want on top of the ground under the ground. They say it's far enough away from the water table. I say that's ridiculous and stupid, because water makes its way from the center of the planet all the way out to the crust, continuously since the planet has been born. There are fissures and tunnels and all kinds of things that lead up through our crust, and there is no such thing as sealed away when you put it in the ground. So what are we going to do about the water shortage around the world? That's another thing that progressives, and only the progressives, can figure out, because the right wing just won't believe that there's anything wrong with the water, even if it comes out dark charcoal black. They'll drink it with no problem at all. So I'm all for a progressive movement around the globe. As you know, I've been trying to get one going for several years and have had absolutely no success at all. So let's go do a quick Ray Taliaferro update. If you go to my last video, linked down below in the description area, you will find that Ray Taliaferro from San Francisco, who had a talk show back in the 80s and 90s that was excellent, especially during the 80s. After a while, it became kind of overrun with ads. So Ray Taliaferro ended up in Kentucky missing. Now, his wife can't be found or can't be communicated with. Apparently she went up after he disappeared. She just went on to the district, I guess on her vacation or whatever it was she's doing. This is so suspicious, guys. I certainly do appreciate all those comments on my videos about Ray's situation, and I understand that a lot of people want to go looking for him. But if you look at the map and zoom down, you will find looking for a needle in a haystack would be far easier than trying to find Ray Taliaferro somewhere in all that vast rivers, lakes. The ocean isn't too far away. They could have driven him all the way to the middle of a farm field somewhere, buried him, and then plowed the field. You'd never know. But I'm afraid to say that I do believe that Ray Taliaferro is now dead and gone. The progressive movement continues, no matter what you do to the individual. The progressive movement will always continue to come up. And you know why? Because the progressive movement is pretty much everyone in the planet. We don't exclude people other than haters. So, I certainly do appreciate your last comments, and your ups and your downs, and the new subscribers. And until next time.